Hi everyone, welcome to week 6. Before I begin talking about week 6, I want to talk about your case study final project, which is due the final Friday of our course. You have already learned an enormous amount of information about developmental literacy just in our short 5 weeks. You're going to continue to learn for the next few weeks about it also. But your final project, you're going to synthesize all this information as you reflect upon the teaching and learning experience with your selected case study student. Some things that you need to incorporate into this final project. What observations did you make about the literacy learning behaviors of your student? What strengths and needs did you observe? Examine the changes in yourself and the student over the course of these past weeks. How have your literacy beliefs changed as a result of this experience? How has the child's literacy behaviors changed? What did you learn about the literacy culture of your student? How did you work together with your student's family during this experience? What methods of instruction did you use to teach this student? What research do you have to validate your methods? How did assessment factor into your literacy teaching? How will this information guide your future planning in curriculum, instruction, and assessment for this student? You're going to need to have more than 3 research-based sources for this project. If you have any questions about it, please ask me. Remember, it is due the final Friday of our course. Now, on to week 6. We're continuing with guided reading this week. And we know that the goal of guided reading instruction is to enable readers to work through a text independently. So all the teaching is directed to helping the readers build systems of strategic actions that they can initiate and control for themselves on any text they're reading, not this particular text in front of them on this particular day. We want them to be able to read any text on any given day. So how is this done? Well, it's done with expertise in your teaching, specifically the language teachers use to support readers' learning. By using specific language, you provide an introduction to the text that scaffolds the reading. You intervene briefly to do some powerful prompting for strategic activity when students are reading. You guide the discussion so students grasp the meaning and deepen their thinking. You do some specific teaching that reveals something important for students to notice or problems for them to solve. This week, I highly suggest that you review Chapter 1 in our text of guided reading. And Chapter 1 is, what is guided reading? The next chapter for this week is Chapter 15, Teaching for Systems of Strategic Actions in Guided Reading. Chapter 16, Teaching for Monitoring, Searching, and Self-Correction Behaviors. Chapter 19, The Role of Facilitative Talk in Supporting Change over Time in Processing Systems. Specifically, they're talking about prompting. Fountas and Pinnell say prompts are very short, clear, direct statements or questions that give the reader the maximum information in the fewest words and are used sparingly. They're used when readers encounter difficulty. They're used after an error to support the reader's problem solving, and after successful problem solving to reinforce effective processing. Here's the important part. Too much talk clutters the teaching. So think about how to use the fewest words to accomplish your goal and use those words correctly. Fountas and Pinnell on pages 450 through 464 have some very specific prompts that they have listed. First, they describe the reading behavior of when that prompt would need to be used. They describe how to teach the prompt. You have to teach it before you can use it. They give you the prompt, and then they give you the reinforcement of the prompt. Oftentimes when students are at difficulty, the first thing that many teachers say to them is, sound that out. Well, when you're prompting, you want to prompt for meaning and structure first. For example, you might teach the prompt, the picture will help you think about this part of the story. So when you prompt the child, can this picture help you think about this part of the story? The child knows they're to check the picture. And you can reinforce by saying, that makes sense. We want to prompt for structure next. You said blah, blah, blah. That doesn't sound right. That's the teaching prompt. You said blah, blah, blah. Does that sound right? That's the prompt you give the student. You made it sound right. That's your reinforcing prompt. You can also prompt for visual information. This is the teaching prompt. You can read it again and start the word. The prompt you would give the child at difficulty, get your mouth ready for the first sound. Your reinforcing prompt, you thought about the first sound and it helped you. We have to know our readers, we have to know our text, and we need to know our prompts. And many times as you are beginning this process of teaching guided reading, you're going to have prompts listed out for yourself. And that's what good teachers do. They have those prompts at their fingertips. If you know this group of children need more prompting with meaning, then get those meaning prompts in front of you so you have them ready to go. If you have any questions about week 6, please ask me. My job is to be here to help you, and I can't do that if I don't know that you need help. Thank you.